All right, we've got another great interview for you guys on TYT Interviews. Very happy to talk to Russell Simmons again, of course, the founder of Def Jam, Phat Farm. I've got a very long list. One of our favorite websites, Global Grind, majority shareholder there as well. Best-selling author of Do You Super Rich, which we've interviewed him about. And now, Success Through Stillness. Everybody go crazy.
You can't get no money in the future. In the past, you have to be present and thoughtful and awake and clear. With great brain functionality, that's what makes you make money, right? Or success, worldly success at least. So this idea of presence, or Christ consciousness, or nirvana, or samadhi, or taqwa for Muslims, this idea of the awakened state, we all are more or less in it or moving towards it. So the more present we are, the more thoughtful and awake and aware we are, the greater we can perform. A basketball player is always looking to be in the zone.
Right.
When you're in the zone, that's like that awakened state. The rim is like a swimming pool and you can't miss, right? And
That's,
you really,
that's me.
that's you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so you've been there. You just told me you play basketball, so you know
right.
what it's like when you get hot.
I know, no, I'm an awesome shooter, I know.
There's freedom, there's focus, there's awareness, there's consciousness. You can make the ball go in the rim. When the noise is in the mind, the rim is tiny and you can't get there. But the research says that if you meditate, if you sit in quiet time, that the brain functionality grows dramatically. The greatest tool known to man today that promotes happiness and stillness is quiet time or meditation. We give it to students. We find whole schools are transformed. Schools have kids who have more expansive, happy brains. They learn more.
So
they have less violence. They have great. So the research is crystal clear.
Right.
So what I'm promoting now is something that's thousands of years old, been promoted throughout the ages by various different prophets from different parts of the world. And then scientists come along and say, wow, here's the only thing we know for sure that makes you happy. Here's the only thing we know for sure that increases brain functionality, for any lasting, stable amount of time. So here's what we should do. We should probably sit in stillness.
So I got to understand more about that because, so I'm not religious, right? And I know that in a somewhat recent interview you said that you're not technically a Buddhist, but that you love the meditation and you practice the yoga for the sake of yoga.
You have to be a Buddhist to say be still and know. That's a Christian rap, right?
Of course. So, and I studied Taoism just a little bit, just a smidgen.
We don't want to go off into that religion shit. It's going to scare the fuck out of people. We don't want what we
There we go. Now
no, we don't. No, I'm serious. We don't want. It's not about religion. I mean, I shouldn't have said prophets, but they're supposed to be the smart guys. In all religions, they all said the same shit. All I'm recommending is that we sit, let our thoughts settle, let our brain settle, reboot our brain. If we do that, we will be better human beings. We'll be more compassionate, more happy, more giving, and good givers are great getters for those selfish, give and get,
Absolutely.
Right? Being awake is a state of consciousness we all want to be in. You can't be happy except in the present moment. When the noise is going around and when you have hundreds of thoughts in your brain all the time, it's hard to be happy. That's a foreign thought in the back of your brain, where in an awakened state, you see all of the miracles, you could say God's miracles if you're nutty, God's miracles unfolding. Because it's beauty every fucking where you look when you are present.
I don't believe in any of the religions, including Taoism, but as a philosophy, it's really appealing to me that, they say, be the river, and they talk a lot about stillness, and that appeals to me. So I've always thought that meditation was a good idea. Of course, since I'm one of the guys that's just running around all the time, I can't always practice what you tell me to, even though I know I should, and I don't do the meditation. But if I were to do the meditation, what is it? What do I do? You
sit your ass down. I give you a mantra, which I give a collective mantra, not like you pay for. Because the David Lynch Foundation, I'm inspired greatly by the work that they're doing. I'm on their board. We're giving it to hundreds of thousands of kids. But I give a collective mantra, a mass mantra. It's rum. Say rum.
Rum.
Say rum, 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 rum.
So isn't that the crazy?
Say rum, 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 rum. Get to do it before I tell you. Ask me what to do.
All right. Let's do it. Rum, 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 rum.
All right, rum.
Rum.
All right, you take that same rum shit, right? Fast or slow, and you sit. And you repeat it to yourself, and you fasten your mind on it. But if your mind wants to drift away to a thought, sexual or crazy thought or fun thought, okay, think it through, come back to the mantra. Gently come back. And then your mind's gonna say, fuck you, I'm not gonna meditate. And you're gonna sit there and say, I don't care what the mind says, I'm gonna sit my ass here anyway. So the mind says, go to the refrigerator. Say, I'm not gonna go now. And when the mind realizes, like a monkey in a cage, it's bouncing around, going crazy, then it realizes the cage is not going to move. The monkey will settle. The mind is just like that. So imagine the mind bounces around, and within a few minutes of you gently going back and forth to the mantra rum, you say, oh shit, I'm meditating, right? You don't have to open your eyes, you say, oh shit, I'm meditating. Then your mind will bounce around a little more, and then it will settle even more. The mind always settles as the nervous system settles. And then you sit. And in 20 minutes when the alarm goes off, you can open your eyes. And other than that, you sit your ass there. And all you need to meditate is patience. Because the first 2 minutes could be forever. Could feel like forever. And the mind is going crazy. But you're stuck there until the alarm goes off, and it's really only been 2 minutes, so you just let the mind do what the fuck it wants to do. It will settle. So the idea of being awake and thoughtful and productive comes when you're present. Other than that, you're thinking about a result. The result doesn't pay you. The prayer is the work itself. If you can be here, then that's the prayer. Being here is the happy experience. Being in the future and getting stuff, the result that you prayed for, you missed the presence because you attach too much to the toy or to the result, and it causes sickness and sadness, just like the noise on the outside.
Are you supposed to have thoughts, or are you not supposed to have thoughts?
Come and go.
But you're not supposed to think.
You're not supposed to have anything. You just sit your ass down, repeat the mantra. If thoughts come, they come, and they do. And they come. If you want to, it's like if you had a scratch real bad, then what, you gonna sit there and itch forever? No, you eventually scratch. But then there'll be a moment where you gotta scratch, but like, fuck that. I don't want to, or swallow. I don't want to swallow. It's like a bomb going off in my head. So I just sit here.
So you grew up in Queens. Your father was a public school administrator. Your mom was a parks administrator. So obviously you came from very humble roots. Did you ever think that you would be in a situation where you're Russell Simmons and you've got this? And if you saw today, if you saw back then what you are today, could you have imagined it? Could you have believed it?
I'm 56 years old. I've seen a lot. I don't think I could have imagined any of, I couldn't imagine having that first Christmas rapping, which was, I think, the biggest, I always say results don't matter, but there was a moment when I got off the plane, and I was in Amsterdam, and I'd never been on a plane. And they said they were playing my record on the radio in Amsterdam, not Amsterdam Avenue in Harlem, where we operated mostly.
But you lived on Amsterdam.
Right, Amsterdam. And I get there, and the owner of the record company, the president of the record company, meets me at the airport and said, what would you like, Mr. Simmons? And I know who the fuck he was talking to, but he seemed cool, so I said, I'd like some cocaine and some pussy. And he facilitated that, and so that's when I knew I had made it.
Do you wake up every morning super happy, like, yes?
All of us want to be still. All of us want to be happy now. Nothing that they give you on the outside promotes that. There is no gift that they can give you, including fame or money, that can make you have that. That sits in here, and we already have it.
I heard that you were dating Shannon Elizabeth. Is that right or wrong?
We are dating.
Okay.
So I'm kind of single. She's the chick that I go out with. I like her the most. She likes me the most. We don't really say that we're dating like that. People ask, say, we don't even say we're single usually either. We don't say shit. But we don't really, it's like we're grown, Yeah. But she is my fling flame, yeah.
That sounds awesome.
What sounds awesome?
One, Shannon Elizabeth.
She's
Two,
fantastic. She's an animal activist. I loved about her when I met her. We had Mercy for Animals. She was a big supporter. She's really a brilliant, sweet girl, but her main thing is that she's a great animal activist, animal rescue, a very compassionate, sweet person.
Right.
Money can't make you happy, but happy can make you money. So be happy, go out in the world. Look, the story of the guy in the shanty house, he rolls over in the morning, meditates, goes out into the world. It's like, damn, I'm gonna have to get some bread and water before the whole shit go down, before I get back in that bed. But in the meantime, be nice to all my neighbors in the shanty village. Everybody is suffering in what everyone else calls extreme poverty, but he's happy. He doesn't have a poverty mindset, nor is he worried about that bread and water. They're gonna give me some motherfucking bread. I ain't gonna worry about that shit, because I'm that dude. He walks out smiling, confident, comfortable. He gets what he needs. He says, Yogananda would say, God will provide, but really, you're God. You're working to get, and it shows up. He gets his bread and water. He makes everybody happy. Everybody makes him happy. Lays in the bed. Next nigga, he wakes up. He's got $36 billion in the bank. He gets up. The stock market goes up. He says, "Oh shit!" He gets some coke and some alcohol. He gets happy. He's so excited. I'm exploding. I'm making more money, more money, more money. Oh shit! It crashed. Oh shit! More cocaine, more alcohol. Oh shit! I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. His heart goes up and down. And he dies at 40. The shanty house guy lives to 100. If he had the other guy's diet, not the diet the other guy took, but the other guy's opportunity for having a greater diet, the guy in the shanty house would have made 120. But, made 100. This guy died at 40. That's the reality of our happiness is up to us. If you should need anything, it should be needing nothing. If you seek anything, it should be state of needing nothing. But you shouldn't seek that either, they would say. Just be. And go to work every day and enjoy your work. There ain't gonna be no end to this doing good. If you're killing people for good, there's no end. Don't you remember that Clint Eastwood movie said that?
I do.
There's no
and
end
of course you're
good.
right. And after we pass the amendment, then you got to pass progressive bills because it gives you an opportunity
You're talking
to
specifically about that shit again.
No, I am.
Yes, okay, yeah.
I'm obsessed.
Then you'll be happy, right? When you get all that.
Then I'll meditate with you. No, I'm gonna look.
You keep saying then, when I get to, and you lay in the when I get to retire. People say when I get to retire. People say when I get to go to school. When I get to school, I'm gonna go to school, and then when I get to high school, I'm gonna get laid. My thing, high school girls lay you, When I get to the box. So in the meantime, be happy now.